Just going to do an update just in Newcastle. This could be the last one, unless things change with the government's rules and stuff regarding mobility devices on trains. So this is the old bowline site. It has a crane on site. There's been no action in over 12 months. The crane went up in March last year, I think it was, and nothing's happened since. So urban property or something's taken the site over, and a new DA will be lodged through the state government, and this will be Newcastle's tallest building at 38 stories tall, which by the end of the year we should have a DA or some information on it, but they're looking to go up to about 38 stories. They were talking about 40 or 38, but I think it's going to be about 38 stories. I'll move on to the next site. This is just another site that's I'm just at the Newcastle interchange. This is another site that was I don't know what's actually going to be built there, because the original DA and the developer sold the site, and then they demolished the sheds that were on this site, and now that they're starting to do some groundworks, I'm actually not 100% certain. I'd have to do a bit of research on it. It's an apartment block, but that's as much as I know. Normally I'm on top of these things, but I didn't realise that they were already starting to do foundation work on this site, because they did clear it and then it was empty for a little bit, and then the last time I came to Newcastle they were doing a bit of groundworks, and now they've got it like a drill rig and an excavator on site. So this one's another one that'll start growing, hopefully. Yeah, I'll move to the next job. This is the Dairy Farmers Towers site. I'm just on the concourse at the Newcastle interchange getting this footage. I'll get some footage from down the bottom as well. In the distance is the store residence. This one's kind of rising pretty good now. It was a bit slow at the start, but yeah, it's got the core boxes have risen since the last time. They're going to have to raise the crane up pretty soon. They've got the climbing frame already strapped on the crane, which I've had for quite a while on the crane. So yeah, I'm not sure how many levels the podium is. I can't quite remember, but the podium levels are probably almost nearly done. And I'll just look over at the store residence. I'll get footage of that too as well. Them cranes will have to rise as well pretty soon. They've still got a few, they can still lift, still got a bit more room to go, but yeah. Just had to change hands. I'll get a better view from a different angle. Dairy Farmers Towers, different angle. Core boxes are pretty cool, how they use hydraulic power to pull themselves up, the actual formwork and the protection for the workers. Same on the other one. There's the store residence site in the background. I'll get some footage from a different angle. So just going to go to the store residence next, but this one's another demo site, which is across the road from it in Denison Street. The site on the corner is the old Cambridge site. There's quite a bit that's going to be happening in the next few years here, because this corner that I'm standing on is going to be demolished as well, so it's pretty insane. And then this street has another site that's sort of come to a stall too, because it was I think the developers went broke or whatever. And the same as the Cambridge site. The Cambridge site DA actually won't go through. Well, I think it got approved, which is on the corner there, but nothing's happened with it, and the company that was going to do it have pulled out, so GWH bought the site, so we're just waiting to see what they're going to do with it. And I'll move on to the next site. So the store residence from the front view. Probably this is the best angle to get this project from, so it'll probably be the only one that I do, the only angle I get. A bit hard from the back and the side. It's a bit. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up here and move on to the next one, try and speed things up a bit. I'm just on Hunter Street at the moment, so that side on the corner is almost finished demolition. I think that's going to be about 15 stories. Which is a shame. I think it's a 90 metre height limit on that side. I'm not too sure, but I think it was only 90 metres if they incorporated the corner block as well. But anyway, I'll move on to the next job. One apartment site. The crane has actually been removed on this site now. And currently Newcastle's tallest at the moment until the store residence is built. Actually looks quite nice, and I probably would have added another colour maybe on the corners or something on that corner structure of the balconies. I don't know, like a grey or something maybe, I don't know. I suppose they've got a few different colours in the podium. Mainly just a lot of street work happening at the moment and internal stuff. So yeah, so the crane count for Newcastle's one less now. So in the last few months 2 cranes have been removed, one over in the east end and this one, well this one had 2 cranes but one, so it was probably 3 cranes I suppose, because that other one came down about 6 weeks ago I think, the first one. Anyway, I'll move on to the next one. This is the era site, so I've still got a bit of bulk earthworks happening, along with I'll start doing some foundation work pretty soon. I'm not too sure if this one's got a basement. I think it might have, so they'll do some foundation work and then I'll do some might do some basement digging if there's a basement in this one. Just up ahead there's some hoarding over the footpath already, so with the offices on top. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up here guys. I'll get on to the next job. Stage 3 and 4 of the Hunter Street Mall development. They've got a pile of steel there which they're going to use to support the facade of this building. So they're just going to build a steel structure. So it's a bit hard to see what else is happening, but I'll try and get another angle. So that's the part that they demolished about 12 months ago. There's a fair bit of work happening around here because they're doing drainage and that in the mall as well. So see if I can get another angle. Here's a bit more of a close-up. It's a pretty big site, this one, because it goes all the way back up there, up to the other road there. I'm not too sure if it's going to incorporate the car park, the old Hunter Street Mall car park, which was demolished a few years back on the other side behind this building. I think that's a separate site, but it might be incorporated, I'm not too sure. There's plenty happening in the street, like down there, there's doing some drainage works and that, which Darracon are doing. And some just doing new footpaths and tidying up the street. And fixing up, like doing some gardens and stuff, just outside that other that second stage there. This has been dead for a while, this spot, so I think because they changed, I think it's Iris Capital put in another DA for some height increases in some of the buildings along the site, and it got approved recently, so it's going ahead now. The facade, it's going to look good once it's done, and then that facade's going to get kept as well. I know it does look daggy now, but once they fix it up and stuff, she'll be looking good. Well, I'm going to move on to the next job. And this is the chapter apartments in Watt Street at Newcastle East. Not much to say on this one. It's all the exterior is pretty much done, just a bit of painting and stuff. And still a little bit on the rooftop, but crane's been taken down in the last 6 weeks or so. I'm just doing some finishing on a bit more internal stuff. I'll move on to the next job. This is just another view of the chapter apartments. I was standing over there, but the sun glare was a bit much, so I thought I'd do it from this angle as well. So this one, they kept the facade of the original building and then it's incorporated into the new build. So he'd had a steel structure and that set up with it braced to it to support it. So that void was where the crane was in that corner. I wonder what they're going to do in that corner. A little retail outlet or something. Well, I'm going to move on to the next one. So this is the University of Newcastle student accommodation site. It's quite a decent sized site. So there's going to be some student accommodation building on this part of the project. So it's a pretty big site because it's a bit more of a site just over there, on the other side of that fence down on that other corner there, but in front of those other buildings. It's just a bit hard to see because of the plywood they've put up around the outside of the perimeters. So yeah, got a bit of groundwork happening here. Well, I'm going to wrap this Newcastle video up here today. This could be the last video anyway. Like I said before, I'm having dramas with my mobility and stuff, so and I'm going to try and do Gossett in the next few days.